The whole self-help industry runs on this belief, guys, that I'm not enough and I need to be doing something to feel complete. And we get into this continuous spree of strategies, techniques, methodologies to fix and improve ourselves. However, a study that was conducted a few years ago said that 92% of high achievers are unhappy and unfulfilled. It's bad and it's good. It's bad because if we continue to operate the same way we have been doing, we may likely end up in that 92% bunch, even though we are successful. And it's good because we know that the traditional success achievement or whatever we did conventionally is not going to help us. And we are now open to the unknown, to the new possibility that exists. I'm going to be honest. I was in the same boat, a high achiever, successful, had my list of accomplishments, but still chasing, trying, struggling, more discipline, more hard work, more techniques, more strategies, the more syndrome. Sounds familiar? Does anybody feel this? I had learned how to go from failure to success, but I did not know what the path beyond success was. The next level, to go beyond within, to the unknown, until an accidental error, surgery error happened that left my whole arm with a severe nerve damage. No feelings, no sensations, with minimal chances of recovery, or the doctor said probably no chance of recovery. Am I disabled now? Can I work? Can I drive? Can I cook? The fear of the future started turning into anxiety, panic attacks. Why did this happen to me? Why did God do this? What did I do to deserve this? There was rage, there was despair, and I was clinically depressed. Am I worthless? Will I be laughed at? Will I be accepted? My identity began to be questioned. Then began all the symptoms: fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue syndrome, chronic pain, severe insomnia, TMS syndrome, panic attacks. It took me 15 years of inner transformation, exploration of a completely new way of being that is beyond mindset, beyond psychology, and probably beyond even me. I healed, I recovered, and much more. I learned something, not just about me, but the nature of how we human beings operate, the human principles that are true no matter what, who we are. It works the same. So how can we stop suffering? Who are we? Like we keep hearing that we need to get into our true potential. How do we even explore that? How can we express and connect to that creative potential within, thrive in our relationships, our career, our business? But all without the inner struggle, a kind of ease, a kind of inner flow, a kind of inner effortlessness, an aligned way of being. See, very often we give our power away to this outside-in approach. We start with the misunderstanding that whatever happens outside creates the feelings inside. Things are happy outside, I'm happy. Things are sad and I'm sad. We become a victim to this outside world. Then we said, oh, it's not what happens to us, it is what we do with it that matters. Life gives you a lemon, make a lemonade. If there is more stress, I will learn how to cope up with the stress. I will control the life around me in a way that it suits me so I can feel better. One, it's exhausting. And two, it's again an outside-in approach. What's happening outside is making us feel bad. So we try to do something so we can feel good. Do you see how, again, this is an outside-in approach? Finally, we realized, oh, it's not what happens to me, or it's not what I do with it. It's what I think about it. The era of positive thinking. If I tell myself this story instead of that story, maybe that'll help me feel better. See, if you see how we are trying to manipulate our thinking so we can feel better. Again here, the outside is making us think differently. It's not coming from within. We are using this thinking as a strategy, again, to feel better. So why does this happen? If you really pay attention, Go deep with that inner silence. You've already, or me too, I've already created a core story. You want to know what the core story is within probably all of us? It's I resist what's happening. Resisting life is not easy. It does not feel good. And obviously, we will do whatever it takes for us to feel good. Coping mechanisms, positive thinking, positive affirmations, yada, yada, yada. It becomes exhausting after a while. It becomes a never-ending chase. So what do we do? How do we get our power back? I'll ask you this. Can you experience this moment with no stories at all? No stories. Can you see the reality beyond positive, beyond negative, beyond good, beyond right and wrong, beyond the psychology itself? Even for a moment, if you can do this. I'll ask you a question. Who would you be if you had a different culture, different gender maybe, different parents, different personality? Going beyond all of these stories puts us in touch with the reality of here and now. When we don't have any stories, we have the freedom to choose any story we want and take part in what is called as the Maya Leela, the game of life. Can you be in a story, yet not be made of a story? I think that's the place we all want to strive for. How do we do this? Rather than a technique, here is a simple remembrance process. This remembrance does not put any new belief, no new stories, no new habits, but it just gets you closer to your own truths, to this present moment. You're not trying to run away from the reality. And how do you do this? The answer is Y-E, yes. It's called yes. Simple, huh? So the Y here stands for a deep, wholehearted yes to life. I'll tell you a radical way of acceptance. See, every time we go around, how do I accept? What technique do I need to do to accept? I'll tell you something. If the very fact that you're resisting negative emotions, negative feelings, or fear means that a deeper part of you has already accepted it, correct? Otherwise, there is no way that you can even resist. And the deeper part of you, your consciousness, your awareness, has already accepted it. And we suffer, our ego suffers because we are resisting whatever is already there in our awareness. So next time, instead of asking the question, how do I accept? We will ask the question, what am I resisting now? Because it's already accepted. The next one is E in the YES, experiencing every feeling. Whenever I sit in any purpose pioneer talk, the first thing that Alex asks us is, how are you feeling? Correct? I'll make a statement now. Instead of trying to feel better, we should become better at feeling. See, most of our lives, we run away from any bad feeling. We only want to feel good. But no matter what, these good or bad feelings, how elated or how depressed we are, all of these feelings are fleeting experiences. They come and they go. However, by resisting a negative feeling, we make it permanent in our body. What is asked for is not suppression, not repression, not even expression of a negative feeling. It's a simple experiencing the feeling so you can transmute the feeling. Because if you resist, it becomes permanent. So the choice is yours. The final S, this is a service to something beyond you. When I say service, I just don't mean like a donation or giving away money. That is also probably that you can do. But when I say service, I mean a service to the reality of this moment. Like when you're speaking, your service is connecting to your audience so that they can have insights correct? And as a purpose pioneer, the service is to the movement. And when your relationships, the service is just to be present for whoever you're with. We are walking the services to the mission that needs to be accomplished. See, when you go beyond yourself, this will get you to be less critical of your self-image, and you naturally will be of full service. Because let me tell you, this moment is in front of you because it needs you. That's your service. My invitation to you, if you're ready to leave your old way of doing and dive into your new way, I promise you, a new life awaits for you. Some people call it mystery, some people say miracle, some people say magic, but I call it unknown. But will you say a yes from this moment, for this moment, and through this moment? I have tears in my eyes when I say this, because when you say a yes to life, life says a wholehearted yes to you. But the journey begins now with a Y-E-S. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you.